What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
And we have to take Neve, and so then we'll take Harding with us. Good. Back in Dragon Age. Easy peasy. We're back.
Fewer people than I expected. Let's find Asher.
Asher?
The Viper. He prefers to be called Asher in private. Said I could tell you.
Well, that's awfully considerate of him. This also looks like a different Alluvian than the first time that we entered. Is this a different Alluvian? Or is this supposed to be the Alluvian that we've always entered in? It feels like a different one. Yeah, this feels like a hideout, a very empty hideout, or someone's just poor house that we just spawned into. Hideout is more likely. Ooh, look at that map. Oh, look at Ferelden. It looks so nice. The alien soundtrack is more depressing, and the Dalish has like horns and drums and happier at the same melody. I like that. I like that they keep the elven idea and the elven music in the theme. I really like it when they play around with the music like that. Oh, look at that. Look at Denerim. Look at, I think it's supposed to be Redcliffe? I mean, I guess there's Redcliffe on the lake, and then there's that southern, maybe that's Ostagar. That's probably Ostagar Fortress. And then you can see Kirkwall there on the north of the Inlet River, like the really, really big one. And then the Dead Marshes of Orlais, and you can see a little bit of Orlais. Of Val Royale. I'd have to agree with you there. And then we're all the way up north into Vinter. Pretty good map. Someone worked really hard on this, and I just want to applaud whoever did this. Really, really good. Also, why is your name?
Raining again.
I once heard that's because all the magic that keeps the Archon's palace floating messes with the clouds.
Typical, huh?
All right, let's talk to the Viper, aka Asher. I don't know why you needed to have two
Trouble
names.
in the Anvalanim. Darkspawn.
But those tunnels are safe passage for...
I know. We've had to close that entrance.
We can help. We recently had to deal with Blight. Those Darkspawn have to be destroyed before they get out into the city.
If you get through, signal the all clear at the hidden door.
Well, I like that. This quest is pretty straightforward. There are Darkspawn in the caves, kill all the Darkspawn. We can do that. I'm grabbing dinner and hold the... I will hold them all until you return. I'll start taking notes and we'll go from there. Nice big mess hall, a little bit of stairs. Ooh, and there's not a door. We get to teleport through. Oh, it's just a circle that will go like that. All right, that's cool.
This is troubling. Darkspawn in the city.
And in one of the worst places. The shadows rely on those tunnels to rescue people.
Odd. And Valanim is the ancient elven word for womb.
Huh. Interesting.
Hello.
Well, hi there, Bran. I'm so glad that you got a talk symbol next to you.
I'm Hector. I watch the front. Make sure things are quiet.
Rook.
Good to meet you. Be careful out there.
That was a conversation. But I think it's a little conspicuous that you have two guards out in the middle of the front of your secret hideout. Probably wouldn't put any guards out front. Oh, here you go. Now, where would we go from here? Do you have anything to say?
It's not so bad out here, right? Good to sleep, listening to sounds of the harbour.
The Anvalanim should have an entrance this way. The passage is hidden by a wall carving. Keep Penetori. Why are they so close to the shop?
Because there are guards in front of it that make it a little obvious to see. All right, Dragon Age question lore number 1.
Let's finish this.
I don't have one off the top of my head. Everything is working just fine as it should be. Oh. How hard is it for Rook to miss things?
Is that the wall carving you mentioned?
That's the one. There's a switch behind the serpent's head on the left.
I apologize. Well, I'll have a better one for you. What was a really easy fight? Here's a question. How is this a secret entrance if there's a big Shadow Dragon emblem next to it?
Got it.
It's dark down here, isn't it?
Scout Harding with her powers of observations will never disappoint.
Don't like the sound of that. Can't get through here. We've got to clear the obstacle somehow.
Yep, it's called Blight.
That did it. We can get through now.
I got a fight on me. Let's kill those Shadow Dragon rats so I can leave this place. Shadow Dragon agents, they're down here with us. Get them.
Reinforcements. We can't let them reach the Shadow Dragon hideout. Even more Venatori. We have to take out the leaders.
That's not just a Shadow Dragon emblem that's everywhere in Savinter, like normal graffiti. Bet that every time that we see something like that, it's Shadow Dragon related. The reason I'm confident about that is it's a very nice visual indicator to the player that there's something quest related or something. Oh, hello. I owe you nothing. But I might buy you ramen out of solidarity.
Nice, Rook.
Would you look at Rook?
Yeah, that's right. Would you look at me? Let me do all the work, please.
Watch your back.
There's another boil somewhere.
Are they coming through the barrier? Oh, they are. Oh, it's the infamous Brother D and Brother Nomad. I had no idea they were here. Hey, I don't suppose, Scout Harding, you wanna... Thank you. Oh, poor brother D.
Get clear!
When he started speaking, he was just credited as Venatori. He didn't even get any of his time in the spotlight.
Those Darkspawn and Venatori were on the same side.
Yeah, I caught that.
That worries me. At least that seems to be the last of them.
It should be safe for the shadows to use the entrance again.
Let's find it and tell them to open up.
But are you sure about that?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I feel like we haven't done a whole lot of clearing any of this out. I would also feel like the tunnel system here, for the elven name for womb, would be a little bit more ancient elving, I guess.
There it is, the hidden entrance back into the shop.
So this leads to the downstairs basement that we were just at.
All clear down here.
Nice work. I'll get the door.
What? Did you see that name?
Good that you're still standing. Best let Asher know.
Saberforce and I just know
How
some.
did the Venatori find the Shadow Dragon's hideout? Isn't it a secret?
We help the people in Docktown. They know where we are. Someone might have talked about the shop. People spreading rumors, that's easy to handle. But Darkspawn, that's different.
That's a good thing. Also, graffiti. What it be Saberforce 16? Looks like a dragon of shadows to me. Jota Zeta 2. Jota Zeta 1. Saberforce 16. 0. Yeah, and this is the nice little basement area that we were just at. So that we can talk to Viper, aka Asher.
You really saved our skins there, Rook. Those Darkspawn could have destroyed us.
I mean, there were like 10 of
It
them.
wasn't just Darkspawn. Venatori were there too, and they weren't fighting each other.
How is that possible? Darkspawn attack all living things.
Darkspawn are blighted. If the gods control the blight, they might control the Darkspawn.
Best not to make assumptions.
Let's not jump to conclusions before we have more answers.
If you're looking for answers about the Venatori, I may have a lead. A warehouse on the other side of the city. Lots of cult activity. And some of them were spotted headed towards a shop. Could be a coincidence, or it could be something more.
It's worth a look.
Agreed. Rook?
Let's go.
Tomorrow.
The Viper, or Asher, I suppose. Is he the leader of the Shadow Dragons?
One of them. He made his name freeing slaves and supporting their rebellions. He won't stop until slavery ends in Tevinter.
The name Viper doesn't really strike me as...
So the Viper's real name is Asher?
Really?
A middle
Rook?
name. He calls himself Viper for first impressions, or so he says.
What do you mean?
Asher just doesn't have the same impact, does it?
Okay, alright. So, no, I think Asher makes a really good, awesome name, for one. Second, if you're calling yourself the Viper, I get that you want to do that, but you don't want to have two names. That just confuses people. Unless you're trying to hide that Asher is a name that other people would know, I guess. And what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't track. I don't buy it. Two names, too complicated.
on the right track. Watch out. The Venatori have posted guards.
Oh. I don't need to be on the same level as him to beat him. I feel like we were just here killing Venatori in the same street. Is anyone else work at these docks? Maybe that's why that one guy was complaining at the very beginning. Then there's just no work at the docks right now. I get that. One name's for intimidation, the other's for friends. But at the same time, Venatori, stop leaving the rooftop passage open. It lets in a draft. Okay. Because this is locked, right?
There has to be another way.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Let's take the rooftop passage that we took the first time to jump on through. Ooh, they sealed it this time.
Heresy! Obliterate them! All right, everyone. That one!
Done.
End it quick.
Let's keep moving before more of them come crawling out.
Oh, we're going into their base. I don't think that's going to make that. I think we're going to run into problems there.
Beat the odds there.
If you say so, I really don't feel like it was any sort of problem.
We must be close. Right. No way in.
Take your shot.
Nice hit, Rook.
It's all the Venatori guarding the place.
That sounds like magic. I think. Venatori up to no good, I bet.
That does make sense, Scout Harding. The Venatori, who are known for being evil, might be evil. I'm giving her a hard time. It does sound like very evil magic, for what it's worth.
They're summoning Darkspawn.
Oh.
We stop them, then we figure it out.
And Darkspawn under their control. Stop them.
Neve already said that.
Not in my city. Takes credit there.
You know what, Saber Force? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense that I think about it. Why would evil mages be using magic? They seem more of the type of people that would, you know, plant a garden.
Over the Darkspawn and Venatori. Let's search the place and figure out what they were doing.
Shadow dragons are watching us. Do not let them get close. The exact location of their hideout is unknown, but they use the catacombs and Darkspawn to root them out. It's probably the shop that's by the catacombs, where the big shadow dragon people are buffing.
Keep finding in the catacombs.
At least they don't know where the shadow dragons are. Exactly.
Being able to summon Darkspawn. Well, I'm sure there's a logical explanation to it, isn't there? I mean, they wouldn't just leave it at that, would they? Knight Commander Linos, we are blessed indeed to have such a loyal friend in you. Continue to serve us and you'll be richly rewarded for the glory of Tevinter Reborn. Oh, wasn't the Knight Commander the person... Has it ever happened before? No. Oh. No. You're right, it doesn't make sense for them to be summoning Darkspawn. It would make more sense if they had some blight and they were infecting people with it. But we also don't... Right.
This note. Knight Commander Lenos of the Minrathous Templars is being paid off by Venatori.
Damn it.
Come on, Neve. I called that out in like the first little bit there, too. Another small thing that doesn't make sense is that Rook said, this is why we keep finding Darkspawn in the catacombs, and we've only fought Darkspawn in the catacombs once. This is the first time we've even heard of Darkspawn and being in the city. Oh. Good job, Harding. You're right about... I just feel... Not a huge fan of... The more you point out, the less I'm giving the story a lot of credit. Elgarnan has blessed us with ancient knowledge. The relic lets us control Darkspawn through their blighted blood. Use it to destroy the enemies in our name. Ooh. Oh, there you go, Saber Force. Elgarnan taught them how to summon and control Darkspawn. It's just magic. That's how it works. Magic works.
The gods gave the Venatori a relic they can use to control Darkspawn.
Hey, Rook. Everything all right in there? Rook, I thought I'd see if you needed help.
Elder Hand and Gilliman. Mass Effect fields. Essentially.
Look at this. Draining into the tunnels below the city, perhaps.
One more way the Venatori released blight into our tunnels. I'll tell the other shadows.
Okay, so the way that this is being presented is not the best. Let's actually have it. Let's finish the conversation with the Viper. I don't know why he came all the way down here just to help us when he sent us out to take care of the problem in the first place. This seems very much like the player, a convenience feature. Like, we don't want the player to walk all the way back to the shop, which seems a bit, you know, convenient.
Did you find anything in there?
The risen gods taught the Venatori how to control Darkspawn. Explains why the hideout was attacked.
We found documents from the Knight Commander. I knew he was crooked. I didn't think he was actually a Venatori.
Let's head back to the shop. We'll discuss things there.
You're gonna make me go back to the shop anyway? You are? Okay. Sure.
You managed to catch the stragglers fleeing the warehouse.
They'll think twice before coming back here. What else did you find?
The Venatori serve Elganan and Gillenane like we thought.
I
They
did not
gave
think
the
that.
cult control over Darkspawn.
Great. Sounds like the Venatori are going to be even more trouble.
We didn't have that hypothesized until like a minute ago, right? It would have taken a long walk by. But they even teleported us there is the thing. They could have just had Neve say, talk to me and we'll go back to the shop. And then we could have had this whole conversation. So why did they have the two? Why did they do the two things? It's an interesting design decision. And I can't think that no one sat down and had... I am overthinking it, but all of this had to be overthought to be put into the game. This had to go by somebody. And I could just be looking to punch down on this game. But we could have had Matt Mercer in the shop with the cool fire in the background. It did. Any sort of coding project has to have a bunch of people working together collaboratively. So someone sat down and did this. There is one. You are right. Okay. You're right, Tuttle Cape. There could be a reason that the Viper went down there, and that's if that section of the game is completely separate from this section of the game when it was designed and written out, where someone sat down and said, okay, the Viper's going to come down. They're going to recap everything that we just kind of learned in case we all missed it from the 2 seconds ago. And then we'll go back to the shop. And then from there, this conversation happened. This whole part, this follow-up conversation happened with them not talking to each other. So either they didn't talk to each other and their supervisor said, yeah, no, that's fine. Or they did talk to each other and this was a deliberate decision by either one or two of them. Nothing in a game is chance like in real life. Someone put this together and said, yeah, this is good enough to ship. It's like the cut our more missions and then patched it together. It does certainly feel like that. And the game kind of has felt like that in the beginning. Yeah, it has kind of felt like that. Especially the beginning, it definitely felt like that, where there were like 3 different starting missions, each setting up the Veilguard, and everyone having their own idea of how that should start. I think that provides the game to be a little bit unfocused, and it feels a bit unfocused. Part of this could be that I'm also very tired, and I'm not thinking at the same critical level that you viewers deserve. But it seems very well that these missions were created in a vacuum, or they were these missions were designed originally as former iterations, or we were supposed to spend a lot more time in the catacombs fighting Darkspawn and seeing more of that happen, and this all needs to be rushed into one mission because they cut another one. Which is just what you said, Saberforce. I said in like 100 words what you said in about 7. So bravo. They are going to be even more trouble. And we'll handle whatever comes.
We can handle anything the Venatori throw at us.
I'm so happy about that.
How do we know we can even trust you? You're not from here. You don't know Minrathous like we do. And we know as little about you as we do these risen gods you unleashed.
Now, what is it they say? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. The cult has its hooks deep in the city.
Who are you?
Venatori backers sit in the Magisterium chambers, and now they wield power given to them by the gods. We'll have to get along if there's any chance of surviving this.
May, what are you doing here? You promised you'd lay low.
Tried it, didn't much care for it.
Hi, I'm Rook. How are you doing? I know that we're talking about this drastic thing that's destroying your city. Fair point. This game was supposed to be a multiplayer game, and they only had a couple. I don't know about a couple of months. I don't have any sources on that. If you have some sources on how the development went, I would love to see it. I'm not sure that we'll ever get the full story. I would love for it. I'm really dying for a Jason Schreier expose on the subject. He's really good at coming out with reports on why games ended up the way that they did. It's hard to see the results and kind of work backward. I do think some part of this might be because it used to be the multiplayer game in its conceptualization, and then things moved around. It was more than a couple. I was being nice. I can't with this. I can't with this. Who are you?
Who are you? And can we trust you?
Look at that. There are bounds to my infamy after all. Refreshing.
Rook's been working with us. Mevaris is one of the Shadow Dragon leaders.
Mevaris Talani, formerly Magister Mevaris Talani, at your service.
Wait, formerly?
My enemies.
Formerly is a
have
weird
my
word.
Magisterium seat stripped from me. We can talk about it later, if you want. My concerns feel petty when stacked against risen gods. The Shadow Dragons have a lot to discuss, but you, Rook, are expected at the Swan.
Me? The Cobbled Swan, why?
The First Warden is here to speak with you.
Warden?
The First Warden? Let's hope we actually get some help with the Blight.
Come back when you can. I think we'll need your help again.
I wish we had a little bit more context on why.
You heard the rumor about a new Venatori spot somewhere uptown?
I know someone in the area who's keeping watch.
A new exploration level is available. Return to this location via the world map or through the crossroads, leaving to explore it and complete additional quests. Okay.
Find him in the library.
If you were Shadow Dragon, she was your boss before. Ah, okay.
Book on Orlais.
Ferdinand Jenny, what?
He's a Ferelden scholar, virtually unknown in the north, and no one ever asks about his work.
Oh, a passphrase. Got it.
That Venatori stunt with the Darkspawn has me dreading what's to come.
You and me both.
Are you going to tell me about your whole fall from grace?
Rook.
Shepard.
Hello, Rook.
Shepard.
How are things?
Shepard. Oh, Brother Genitivi! I remember the name. Oh gosh, why don't I... Was he the one that you saved in the town of Sacred Ash? Not the town of Sacred Ashes. That's not what the town is called. But it's the little cult town that turned into like the main hub to Haven. Was it the guy in Haven that was investigating the Sacred Ashes? I might be completely off about Genitivi. So he was in the Temple of Sacred Ashes, or was he the guy? So he, are we talking like from Origins or from Inquisition? Because there was a grumpy person in the Chantry that was all about that in Inquisition. I was thinking of Origins because you were supposed to find somebody that was like dying there. Am I thinking of the right guy? Deep lore question. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy. I know my Dragon Age lore. You should quiz me. Ask me any Dragon Age question, and I'll dazzle you with my faulty memory.
Spotted any more Darkspawn?
Not close to the shop, but we're keeping alert. We haven't seen the end of them.
They're telling us to watch out for Darkspawn.
Will we get any help from the Grey Wardens?
I imagine the Grey Wardens have their hands full elsewhere.
Connor's mom. Right. It's going to be Okay. Connor. Yes, Connor had a mom. Also, more graffiti. Shadow dragons. Look at that. Shadow dragon. Shadow dragon. That's Jota Zeta 3. Oh! Jota Zeta 4. Also a Shadow dragon. Saber 4160. Connor's mother's name. Connor's mother's name. Mrs. Arl of Redcliffe? I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to read this instead of look at the chat. Yeah. Do I remember a time where candle hops didn't run messages throughout the city? Such remarkable constructs, they seem to have no particular allegiance to the palace and absolutely none to the Venatori. In fact, they appear to actively avoid the cult. I saw one burn their pamphlets. Where do they come from? And is it just me, or have there been a lot more candle hops around lately? Ah, that's how they disguise it. We're just a big group of candle hops. A very proper thing. I'm not copping out. I'm just getting immersed in the lore, the current lore.
Come back.
I'll stand in the doorway and let you escape.
Really?
If believing that makes you feel safer, sure.
Nice camaraderie among the Shadow Dragon.
Welcome to the shop. I'm Lorelei. Anything you need, just ask.
What does Shale hate? Birds. They poop on him. Or should I say they poop on her? It all depends on how you look at it. And we're out of money again.
Keep safe out there.
So let's go to the infamous cobblestone. Not any type of bird, however. What kind? Oh. Ooh, Inquisition, right? That's not graffiti. But it is a big glowing eye, and that does remind me of Inquisition.
Look up there.
Okay, thanks, Neve. I still have no good way to get up here, do I? I have to say it's sea. No, we don't go near. You don't go near the sea, so it can't be seagulls. I want to say it's seagulls, but I could be getting that very, very wrong. Is it crows? Pigeons. I'm gonna go with pigeons. I'm gonna go strongly with pigeon. Final answer. Oh gosh, this isn't right, is it? Hey! See, I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2 in a if you don't think about it too hard kind of way. Alright, I am going to get that treasure chest. We are going to get it. Now that we have a little bit more free reign in the city. Oh, hey there. What do you have to say?
Keep him busy?
I'm chasing a fraudulent enchantment scheme. It's harmless until the buyer thinks they're immortal.
That does sound like kind of a big enchantment scheme.
Do Templars really not have authority over mages in Tevinter? What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
Depends on the Templar. Depends on who's bought their loyalty.
Oh, hello.
What do you do?
Who are you? Why are you fighting us?
Tevinter? What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
Depends on the Templar. Depends on who's bought their loyalty.
2 ways to break the werewolf's curse. What are they?
Can't be trusted to do the right thing.
That's how I keep busy.
Okay, there's two ways to break the curse. You kill Tuvok. But that's not his name, Jota Zeta. I know it's not his name, but he's Tuvok. He's voiced by Tuvok from Star Trek Voyager. And if you don't know who Tuvok is... Oh, hey, you know where you would have been helpful? Just right up the road. Thanks, Tevinter. And if you don't know him as Tuvok, you will know him as the principal on the TV show iCarly. Or he's the guy in Spaceballs that says, who's combing the desert, and he says, we ain't found crap.
No, you fool, we're following orders. We were told to comb the desert, so we're combing it.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir. What about you guys? We ain't found.
So him dying is one way of doing it. The other way is killing them all? I think you have to kill the spirit of the forest lady. But that doesn't seem right because he also goes back and he apologizes. And I think he gives back... Oh, it's because of his amulet. So that's what happens. And the amulet is giving him an uncommon long life, if I remember correctly. So he has to give that back and then she'll stop the curse. Or you kill her and then that will stop that as well. I'm missing the second one. I only got the first one. But that's my final answer. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Ruffled any feathers lately?
No. Or no one's tailed me if I did.
All right. If you run into trouble, get in touch.
Oh, a series of chalk symbols found on the rocks of the shoreline, along with the words, "The storm approaches." There was no sign of the wreckage among the rocks. This humble writer found a lantern of unusual make, but clearly meant for the prow of a boat. The tide has since stolen the message, but the dear reader, we must still ask, was this a message from across the sea? Ooh. I hope that's foreshadowing for some Kunari. And what do you know? There are people that are working on the docks, like legitimately working on the docks now. That's great. Love to see it. But this got us no closer to where we actually wanted to be. Yeah? No. That's not right. Am I wrong? Where was I even thinking about going? I'll figure it out. Ooh, Blackwall's real name. She dies no matter what. You kill him and they turn back to humans, or you kill her and they die. All right, so I was right. I was right. What is Blackwall's real name? Okay. I know that he was a chevalier. Rainier. Something Rainier.
Get ready.
Something Rainier. Thomas Rainier? Hey, Thomas! Loving it, loving it. Talk about a companion that I was never really into until that twist. And I was like, wow, he has such a big personality now. And when he was hanging out with Sarah in the dialogue. That was also really fun. Oh, you're a mage. Why are you up there? All right, get up. Don't fall down the thing. Ooh, that's a trick question. No one leads the Red Templars. They're all crazy because of the Red Lyrium. Oh, even better answer. Corypheus. Am I right? Corypheus totally leads the Red Templars. Because it's a whole thing. I don't want to be spoiling a game that you've played all the way through, but Corypheus is actually the villain. He's the villain. He's corrupting everybody for his nefarious ends. You can say that I'm wrong about that, but Corypheus is the big bad. Oh, hello.
I don't want any trouble.
Don't worry about it. No trouble from me. I'm lost. I feel like I went down the wrong way. He leads the mages and the Templars. Who is just the Templars? I know. I'm trying to be a little... I'm trying to weasel myself out of this one because there's no way I remember what this person's name is. I always killed him super quick. He was never a big force. He never talked with Corypheus, really. He was just a crazy guy that I killed, and then his slightly unsure rank and file Templar was like, wow, what's going to happen now? And we're like, hey, you should be in charge because you were brave and honorable. And he's like, oh, really? And we're like, yeah. And then we never talked to him again because the game is huge. We don't have time for that kind of thing. I honestly have no idea. There's a chest around here? Must not be anywhere down here. Must be up there. Yeah, it's right up there. Oh, you're not even going to tell me the... Oh, Samson. Name the elven gods who were released because of Solist. Elganon and Girahim. Oh, Girahim was from Zelda. Oh, right. Elganon and Gillanane. Oh, a Gatok? So this is a puzzle I probably can't do yet. Fair enough. Hey, I saw the message after you did the thing. It feels good. It feels like validation. Oh, hello.
I came down here to procure particular items. I'm told
I can't buy anything from you.
Discreet place to shop.
Messages delivered in a wink. Trust the candle hops, we deliver. Oh, we're not candle hops. They're just shadow dragon fronts.
Look around and you'll find something.
Don't have any money.
Fluid resistance group affront. Aspirations of hostile takeover.
Don't mind me, guard. I'm just gonna break some crates in front of you. Samson. I never would have remembered Samson. Wait, did I accidentally wander to exactly where I needed to go? That's not what I wanted. Ooh, that's a nice statue. You ended up where you needed to be. That's not what I wanted to do. There's so much to see, explore. Like a flawless crystal that's just sitting around on the street waiting for anyone to grab and take it.
Docktown's never short on nightlife, is it?
It's when the streets are most alive.
Ooh, free lunch voucher.
And when I'm likely working.
It offers an escape, and it's exciting. I still don't know how anyone sleeps through the noise.
Scout Harding, I'm pretty sure you slept in a camp where they were demons that were actively invading and destroying things. I'm thinking of the Cursed Lake. Oh, lots of rats. Good show. Have you done the Demon in the Streets quest? I don't believe I have. That must be the quest that's available. Excuse me, pardon me. Oh, I've leveled up like twice on this stream. Oh, 3 times apparently. Let's go ahead and get some more points.
Farewell for now.